second episode for the 2021 season for Jacket Pride TV. My name is Justin Guin. I'm with Coach Mitchell this week. Coach Mark Mitchell, head coach of the Winston County Yellow Jackets. Coach, it's good to finally get to have some interviews and get to talk to you about the season with all the quarantines and things that are going on. First of all, how's the team? Is everybody doing okay?
We've got most everybody back. We had a rough week last week with COVID. We've gotten everybody back but three kids. We should have all them back Monday, the other two Monday. And we've done really well. We're back to taking all the precautions. We're checking temperatures, spraying hands down, trying to sanitize everything we can, wash everything best we can. Kids are doing a good job of not being in the locker room more than 15 minutes around one another, getting in and out. Doing a good job in the weight room, getting their hands sprayed and all those things. It's just part of life we live with. And I made sure last year when we could get vaccinated, or this year when we could get vaccinated back in January, February, I made sure I got vaccinated because I wanted the parents to know, hey, I didn't want to get your child infected or whatever, and I'm trying to do the best I can for them. And they've done a good job of doing everything we've asked them to do with the COVID. And, it's hit us, and it's hurt some of the kids, and they coming back. It's a little bit hard to breathe, but most everybody's been all right coming back. We've just been blessed, and we're glad that you're back. Your family's healthy, and y'all are back. And
right.
We've been praying for y'all, and everybody else has had COVID. I know it's affected a lot of folks, and we pray every day for everybody that has COVID and stuff that they'll be healed by God, and He's done a good job of that. And I'm hoping that it'll continue, and we'll be all right.
Well, good. I know we appreciate as parents and our community all the measures that's being taken, not only in the football program but in our school systems, and we appreciate our administrators and teachers and the sacrifices they're putting into making sure the kids are safe and have a good learning environment too. Let's talk a little bit about your football season. We've not had a chance to recap the first three games, officially 2 games, but we had a jamboree as well. Let's talk about the Lynn game. That was week 0 on the season. A jamboree versus the Lynn Bears come out on top of 22-6. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Well, going into that game, we had agreed to play our starters in the first half, and then I wanted to play our B team in the second half, and that was our guys, like the second team guys, to get reps. And then I wanted to play our 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, our junior high at the end, and I wanted to get some film on everybody because a lot of times you get in practice, they might not be good practice players, but you turn the lights on and something clicks and they play real well. And a lot of times that gives us a chance to evaluate those kids and get them on film. They get out there, they understand what you have to do on a Friday night, what it's like to be at home and play. And so we were real effective against Lynn. I was very pleased with the execution and how our kids played hard and played together and good attitude all the way to the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. They all did good. Some of them's first time they'd ever dressed out, been out there on Friday night, and I know some of them junior high boys are excited, and we were excited. And as coaching staff, we always like the enthusiasm and kids playing and having fun, and they did. And that usually rolls over to how you're going to play and confidence you would. They were confident, they played hard, and they've had fun playing, and it was just a good overall, good atmosphere. You play in a good county rivalry like Lynn, year in, year out. It's always a good football program. So we were thrilled to play a lot of folks and get to see them on film. And so we're just excited about our season and where we're at right now. And we're looking forward to playing Lamar County.
Well, talk about from week 1 to week 2, played the Meek Tigers, first official week. But what were some improvements from that jamboree game to the Meek game?
Well, we executed a little bit better, I thought, on what we were trying to do. A lot of times in that first game, wasn't live special teams, had to have live special teams against Meek, trying to get all that in, kids in and out of there and run. And we were better against Meek, and execution-wise, I thought sometimes we might have shot ourselves in the foot because we were dealing with COVID. We had COVID issues come up on that Friday, and we were trying to, shift some kids around to play, and it was a little difficult. You don't get those kids don't get the same practice time. But what I was proud of against Meek more than anything else, and I've told the kids, I've never been part or watched a football game where that many bad things happened the way they happened, and the team that had them happen to win the game.
Yeah.
You usually lose that game.
Right.
We did not.
Yep.
I was really, really happy. I threw my headset up and I was partying just like we'd won the Super Bowl because of the adversity that our kids had overcame and all the things that happened to us during that game, giving up them 2 scores right before half, those things like that, we could have easily folded, but we didn't.
Yep.
And that was some resiliency. I always talk to them in life, you're going to get in life where things don't go your way. and you just got to deal with it. You're going to have to regroup, go to plan B, figure out how to stay in the game, figure out how to win the game. We did that, and we had, Ryker Morgan was our quarterback. He was the player of the week that week. He had an outstanding football game, but you'll get to hear and talk to him here in a minute. He'll tell you he was blessed to have good teammates around him and a good team effort. And bad things going to happen to you sometimes, and it's just how you react to them, and it just makes you a measure of a team. And we were thrilled to death to win, and Meek's much improved. They're going to keep improving, and they'll win a lot of football games this year, and I think we'll keep improving and win a lot of football games ourselves. So we were tickled to death to get out of there with a win, and just how it kind of happened was even better for me. I was real excited, win a game in overtime, one that was tied up there at the end and could have easily folded, and we're proud of where we at and what we're doing.
And those of us were able to watch all those things, some of those things that you don't see. I don't like calling them fluke plays, but sometimes that's part of football. It's part of athletics.
It's just part of it.
A defender falls down, long touchdown. Just things happen.
So,
but you just got to keep plugging away and do what you do. And the kids responded well. That was great. That's a testament to the kids, but also you and your coaching staff. Let's talk a little bit about Hatton. Come up short last week against Hatton. Tell us a little bit about that ball game, and what are some improvements you've made, maybe and learned from that game. Sometimes when you come off a loss, you can improve a lot off of that.
Well, the biggest thing is that they were a lot bigger than us, and when you got guys that's a lot bigger than you are, you've got to play your technique. You got to do all things exactly right. And I think a lot of guys learned Friday night we can't take shortcuts at practice, and we have to do everything correctly at practice to get ready to play those type games and those type kids, because you're going to be outmatched sometimes, but you still got to figure out a way to win the game. And we learned a lot about ourselves, resiliency. We kept coming back, and we just could never just get within and tie it up. We'd always get within a score and couldn't tie it up. And but we kept playing hard. We kept getting after it. I liked our kids' resiliency and playing hard and getting after it, good attitude, didn't quit, keep on at it. We come up on a short end of the stick, and I told them after the game, I said, look, I'm fine losing a football game as long as we give everything we got, and we're playing hard and we're playing together and we got good attitude, and we did. And then we come back, regroup this week. We're excited about playing Lamar County. We get some kids back. That's not an excuse. We don't use kids being out for COVID as an excuse. It's part of life. We do get some kids back, some needed starters back that's going to help us. And like I told our kids, that, just because you get them back don't mean we're going to win the game. It means you got to put the preparation in and practice and get ready to play and be excited about playing on Friday night, because we talked about last year and we talked about this year with all this COVID stuff. You don't know if you're going to play next Friday night, if they're going to shut you down. You don't know when it's going to be, so you better enjoy the practice and enjoy the game, because you know when it's going to end.
That's right.
And especially for our seniors, they've got a limited number of games left, and we want to have the best season we can for our seniors and send them out on a good note.
You may find out on Wednesday you're not playing the next two Fridays.
You could very well.
Days,
yes, we've had kids do that. You can find out on Friday. We've had them find out that Friday morning against Meek, hey, can't play, so he missed 2 games.
That's right.
And it's unfortunate, but he's back, he's healthy, and back ready to go. So we're pleased.
Coach, while we're recapping the season, one special thing that's happened to a player from Winston County, things going on with Austin Owens, a great story, great young man, represented Winston County so well, has an opportunity of a lifetime down at Tuscaloosa, University of Alabama. Tell us a little bit about Austin's situation.
I've been sending fam out from Austin since I got here, because I knew he was a special guy, and somehow, some way, didn't end up with a scholarship, and I think that was God's way of putting him where God wanted him to go. I get a phone call from the University of Alabama in the second week of June. They had a bunch of running backs leave. They're trying to find some high-quality running backs. And so Austin's name come up. I had already seen film on him. They wanted to know what he was doing. And I said, hey, he's going to school, but he don't have he's not going to play football. And so, hey, let me call him and see if he's interested. So I called Austin at work, and I said, hey, I know you're an Auburn fan. Listen to what I got to say, because you're fixing to be an Alabama fan.
Yeah,
so I tell Austin he's an invited walk-on, which if you don't know what that is, you have a roster spot on the team. You just don't have a scholarship. But you're going to get to dress, you're going to get to be a part of everything, a little bit different. And so Austin was all in, very excited to go, went down there. Eye-opening experience for Austin, because I told him, I was like, anything I did is going to be 10 times worse down there, the running, lifting, all that stuff. He has the opportunity to be with I think, greatest football coach that's ever coached, be a part of the greatest university run of championships and teams at the University of Alabama right now. Is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He's going to get a great education. we couldn't be more pleased as coaching staff and team for Austin. I know our community's behind him.
Absolutely.
And speaking on that with our community, if you want to help Austin and you've got to go through the University of Alabama's compliance department before you raise any money, sell any T-shirts, use his name and likeness, you need to call the University of Alabama, get them to forward you to the compliance office. They will direct you on what to do and how to do it the correct way to benefit Austin. So, and if you need any other assistance, you can call me and I'll help you with that. But I know we're real pleased with that. I saw Austin a couple weeks ago, got to come to a game, and real happy to see him. And I think we have a lot of other kids that have opportunities to go and do things like that, and I'm just glad he had that opportunity and going to represent us well.
Well deserved for a young man that's worked hard in the classroom, did represent us well there, and also on the football field. And kind of clarify what you're saying, so preferred walk-ons, gray shirts, and scholarships are guaranteed roster spots. So,
guaranteed roster spots,
So he's on the team, and maybe we'll get to see him sometime in the next, maybe this year, I don't know, or at least in the coming years. And like you said, football aside, he's going to get a great education. He's going to learn leadership, things that's going to help him later in life that are well beyond football.
Hey, the experience that he gets to tell his family and his kids and stuff that me and you never experienced is going to be fantastic.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know, and if they win a bowl game, you get a ring. Win SEC championship, you get a ring. National championship, you get a ring. Oh my God, you gonna imagine someone walking, running them around and touching everybody?
That's sure.
I mean, that's awesome opportunity, and we look forward to trying to help some of our other kids get those same opportunities.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, thank you for that update on him. And Austin, we're proud of you, and we're thankful that you've represented Winston County High School and Winston County athletics so very well these many years, and looking forward to seeing what doors God opens for you in the future. Let's talk about this week's opponent, Lamar County, coming in, first region game. What have you seen so far on film from the Bulldogs that kind of stands out to you for this football team?
Very athletic, very fast, good football team. Coach Bradford is a good friend of mine. He does a really good job with them. Last year when we played them, their top running back had gotten injured the week before. He's back this year healthy. He was really good, number 20. They played really good football. They had 2 turnovers late last week against Midfield. That Midfield turned into points, and they got beat, or they'd be sitting here 3-0 and undefeated. I know it was a really close ball game last year. It was kind of back and forth, a lot of points being scored. So we're going to have to play a really good football team, and us on our parts, we're going to have to play really well Friday night to win the game. And I think our kids will. We're going to bounce back in Hatton, and you know, they've had a good week of practice, so we'll bounce back and be ready to go, and look for a lot of fans to come out and support us. And these kids work hard for you, and they represent our community well, and we're proud of them. And we want to give out there and give good effort, and I think we'll be all right if we do that.
Playoffs start this week.
Yep,
basically.
This week, because you start region game, and you got to win a certain amount to get in.
Right.
So start this week, so we're excited about it.
We want to come out and support Winston County this Friday night. Just a few minutes, we're going to have some highlights of the game from the Hatton Hornets last week. Also, we're going to interview Ryker Morgan. We like to have our player interviews and catch up with these young men that are representing our school and community so well. And so, Coach, good luck Friday night. Let's be at Malcolm Blake Stadium, make it loud, and support these young men.
Thank you, Justin. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. We're here this week with Ryker Morgan, quarterback of Winston County High School. We're thankful, Ryker, you've been able to join us. We haven't been able to talk about the season yet with a player, so it's fitting to talk to you, and been having a great start to your season. Quarterback, kind of a leader of the team. And so tell us your impressions so far of the team so far and how things are going for you this season. 2-1 unofficial. I know one's a jamboree, but at the same time, glad to get a couple of wins and had a tough loss last week. But what are you seeing from your teammates this year as things are kind of coming together for the season?
I think the effort has been a lot better in our attitudes towards and not giving up. I believe that we've improved a lot since the jamboree, but I still think we have a lot to improve on.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about some of the wins, first couple of games. Lynn, what were some good things you guys did against Lynn that helped you be able to be victorious in that first football game?
Definitely our effort and attitude, how we didn't lose composure and didn't get into the talking on the field. I think we've done a real good job of that this year and executed very well. Our lines are doing very well.
Absolutely.
Very well.
You got to give your offensive line a shout out when you're the quarterback, don't you?
Yeah.
You got to take care of your big guys up front.
Yeah.
So that's good. Let's talk about Meek. We talked to Coach Mitchell earlier in our show, and he talked a lot about adversity that you guys faced. What was it like in that huddle? Offense and defense, you play both sides of the ball. What was it like in that huddle when things weren't going your way? What were the guys like? What was their attitude as far as, it's easy to get down in those situations. So talk a little bit about that.
No, everybody was confident. Everybody was kind of pepping up one another, trying to make sure that we were staying in this game, and it wasn't over.
Yeah.
And I believe it was really a shock to me on how confident they were and how upbeat they were, being the fact that we were down in all the things we faced.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed, and it rushed over me a little bit.
Sure.
It rubs off.
Yeah, that's good. And being able to overcome those things. So are there some lessons you guys learned as a team? Just keep fighting, keep winning. What are some things that you learned as a team that's going to help you guys down the road by overcoming adversity and just keeping on and enduring and ultimately coming out with a win?
Yeah, it's just sticking to it, really. Not like getting down or quitting or because you're tired laying down. A lot of us play both ways, so I know that everybody's giving out 100%.
Sure.
And I just believe that if we keep that up, that we'll be very successful.
Good.
This week.
And you that week were Daily Mountain Eagle Player of the Week, WLAY or WLAY, I guess that's right.
Yes,
101.5 Player of the Week.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations to you.
Thank
well
you.
deserved. So we were thankful to see you representing the school very well. Let's talk a little bit about Hatton. Came up short against the Hornets. Tell us a little bit about that ball game from your perspective.
They were some big boys.
They
were. I feel like we played. We had some errors, but I believe that we gave it full effort and we played throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
It's just
sometimes you got to tip your hat.
Just tip your hat. I believe that. I believe there were some things we could have executed on, and I believe we learned a little bit from that.
Good.
And I believe that we'll come back this next week and improve on those things and not make the same mistakes.
Let's talk about Lamar County this week, first region game. You guys have been watching film on them this week, I'm sure. Tell us a little bit about Lamar County, your upcoming opponent.
Lamar County, they're a good football team. They always have been, and I'm not going to overlook them the least bit.
Yeah.
And I think if we just go in there and execute what we have been through practice and everything, go over everything right, I feel like we'll come out with the win.
Yeah. Lamar County is always a challenging football team.
Yeah. It won't be easy.
They always bring in great effort and really a lot of talent too. So we're looking forward to watching you guys on Friday night. Let's talk about something a little bit different. You're getting to play with both your brothers. It makes my job as an announcer easy because I just say Morgan and I usually get it right because you guys are always around the football. What's that been like getting to play with all your brothers this year?
My senior year, it's a big blessing. I played with Ethan last year, but to be able to play with Declan too, it's real. It's not something you really see often. Right. So I'm just real, blessed to be able to play with both of them in a sport I love and we all greatly are involved in.
Yeah.
It's just, it's hard to describe in words. It's just.
And with your brother being quarterback, you kind of mentor him, teach him the ropes because he's been a quarterback at the JV level for several years. So he's been in the system, but you're able to kind of show him the varsity experience. So he's with you a lot, right? Because you guys play the same position pretty much everywhere.
And he plays running back. We're right beside each other all the time.
Ethan's a fantastic receiver and also linebacker, does a great job with that. So one last question for you. If you could have any pregame meal that you wanted, anything you wanted, what would it be?
Probably Arby's.
Arby's? Yeah. Arby's. I didn't see that coming. So what at Arby's makes it like the perfect pregame meal?
I just like Arby's, to be honest.
Yeah, just some curly fries and apple turnover and those types of things?
Well, it's like a gyro. It's like a sandwich. It's hard to explain. It's like flatbread.
Oh, I got you. Hero. Oh, yeah, Hero.
Yeah,
I got you. All
yeah.
right, well, that's good. Well, Ethan, good luck this week. I'm looking forward to watching you play. And the Winston County kicks off this Friday night at Malcolm Blake Stadium against the Lamar County Bulldogs.